Peace, what's the word, right? Now, in this video, I'm going to roll two clips and show you guys what's really going on. And let me ask a question real quick, right? Are black people ever going to evolve from what we are right now today? I understand that, listen, at one point, black people, they were on top of their game. They were the cream of the crop, the epitome, you know, Black Wall Street. And again, there was just more than one Black Wall Street, the one that was in, Tulsa, Oklahoma, however you pronounce it. But it was more than just that one Black Wall Street. It was multiple Black Wall Streets. It was multiple influential, multiple wealthy, multiple highly educated, multiple Black cities where Black people did great and they thrived and they flourished. But ever since what, the 40s, 50s, it's been down fucking hill, right? So I want to ask you guys, and if you are black, I mean, shoot, if you're not black, let me know how you feel. Do you think the black race is doomed? Trust me, I used to be pro-black. I was all for my people. I got that from my mother because I've watched her, listen, go to the ends of the earth, man. My mother has went to great lengths to help our people, in our community, our culture, and after so much help, after so much extending your arm, after so much throwing out life vests and rafts and, just extending a helping hand, and people will spit on your hand. They'll bite the hand that feed them. They'll smack your hand and say, get the fuck out of my face. I don't want your help. Listen, if you're black, man, you know what I'm talking about. But listen, let me roll this video real quick.
Yeah, and Justin, that victim I spoke with today, he drove all the way from Florida to the DeKalb County area to buy a 1977 Oldsmobile Cutlass. It's the same car that detectives here said in court that this suspect used to lure other victims. That suspect now locked up here at the DeKalb County Jail.
He started at $15,000. I keep following it, and he keeps dropping the price. So when I see he has that at $5,000, I go, bro, you can't beat this. Let me go get this car.
It was a deal worth driving hours for, and that's what Javier Peltier did, driving to this DeKalb County house off Chestnut Hill Circle. But the deal took a turn, and it was captured on his dash camera.
When I look up, I see this guy with a gun to my friend, and then he starts walking to me, and he clicked it, and is trying to shoot me. And in my mind, I'm going, why this guy's not shooting me?
Javier tried to drive away, but he says the suspect in this SUV caught up to him.
He came back the opposite way, head-on collision, and that's when he crashed into me. It was really, really bad.
Javier's case is one of three that the suspect Reggie Knight is charged with. Another man went to the same address to buy the same car. He says he was robbed of cash and his SUV was stolen. That victim confirmed his stolen SUV is the one seen in this video ramming Javier's car. A third victim was shot on Preston Drive. Javier said he lost cash, totaled his car, and he's still in pain from the crash.
My disc in my lower back, they're destroyed. I'm going to have to get surgery.
But he's trusting after this scary ordeal, there will be justice.
They're destroyed. I'm going to have to get surgery.
But he's trusting after this scary ordeal, there will be justice.
Now, you heard what that man said, Javier. He said, listen, I'm going to have to get surgery. Now, I told you people, actually, on my old channel, I said it before. Black men, and it's not all, but listen, man, I would say 80% of black men from the South, they can't hustle. They don't know how to hustle because their form of getting money, their form of getting anything is through robbing somebody. It's so crazy how in my community, I have to worry about a black man. Listen, I have a firearm. I have multiple firearms. When I step out my front door, and I'm out and about in the public, listen, man, and I got my head on. When I step out my front door and I'm out and about in public and I got my head on a swivel, listen, I'm looking around not for the Caucasian man, not for the Latino man, not for the Asian man, Not for the Italian man, not for the Russian man. I have eyes in the back of my head. My head is always on a swivel. It's always spinning like a globe when you spin it around 360 degrees, man. Listen, I'm always looking out for who? Black people. And it's so crazy how, listen, blacks, all they want to do is take. And it's not all black people, man, but the ones who want to take, those are the ones who get glorified. Those are the ones who you see on TV. Those are the ones who are put in the limelight. And I told you people, it don't matter what Fox 5, what Channel 2, Action News. Come on, man. They always showing you blacks doing what? The worst crimes. Now, check out my screen. A Spanish man getting robbed for a vehicle. Let me tell you guys something real quick, right? When it comes to Facebook Marketplace, I understand, listen, you can maybe buy this off of there, buy that off of there, buy this off of there. And I'm going to keep it a stat. I'm no angel, right? But I'm not robbing nobody. I'm no angel, but I'm not robbing nobody. I have heard countless stories. I personally know individuals who even told me, listen, Facebook Marketplace, it's a green light. What do I mean by that? It's an easy lick. I wouldn't dare buy anything off of anybody from Facebook Marketplace or for whatever those other third party apps are, man. Listen, I'm not doing that shit because you don't know who the fuck you meeting. And 10 times out of 10, you meeting a thief. You meeting a thief, man. Even the Mexican man said, listen, or the Spanish man said, listen, he was tracking the price from the vehicle on the marketplace, and it went from 15,000 all the way down to 5,000. A vehicle from 1977. I don't care what nobody say, bro. I'm not buying no vehicle. It's 2024. That vehicle is almost what, 50 years old? I'm not buying no fucking vehicle almost 50 years old for $5,000. You can go, bro, you can go and buy you a vehicle from like 2012 for $5,000. So that right there, to me, when I watched the video for the first time, I knew it was a scam. And that's a classic car. That's an old school vehicle. I'm not saying guys won't try to crack your head for it. I'm not saying guys couldn't give you a good deal on it. I'm just saying the vehicle is almost 50 years old and it's going for 5,000. My first car was a 2011 Nissan. I bought that for $7,500. So you're telling me a car that was at that time, that was what, 2017? So the vehicle is only what, six years old? So you're telling me a vehicle almost 50 years old is going for nah. You see the math? You see how things line up, dude? Come on, son. And look. Because the man wanted to get away, because the man wanted to retreat, because the man wanted to flee for his life, you chase him down? You chase the man down. And then you ram into his car. All because what? You want to rob him. You want to take what he has. See, black men in the South, and I'm not saying you can't get robbed by a black man up north. I'm not saying you can't get robbed by a black man on the West Coast. You can't get robbed by a black man in the Midwest. I'm just saying black men in the South, this is what they pride themselves off of. This is what these guys feel like, yo, I'm going to get that championship ring off of. You feel me? Robbing people. Robbing people. Instead of getting a fucking job, listen, a black man's biggest fear is a job application. A black man's biggest fear is waking up at 6 a.m. in the morning. A black man's biggest fear is asking, have you been convicted of a felony? Listen, these dudes don't want to work, but yet somehow, and I don't know about this guy particularly, but he probably got kids. But yeah, a guy like this, how does he have children when he's making a living off of robbing people? Come on, son. And look, the vehicle that he rammed into Javier with, that was a vehicle he stole. You heard the reporter? She said, listen, he's involved in 3 different situations where he robbed somebody. So the truck that he was driving in to chase Javier down, he stole that from an individual. Not only that, he stole money from that individual, robbed him. I'm telling you, man, as a black person, yeah, I understand. Yeah, the white man, the Caucasian man, he's your enemy. Yeah, he controls entertainment. He controls the GMO foods. He controls all the FDA and all that other. I understand that, right? But your immediate threat, because the reality is you can't get next to a Caucasian. I mean, unless he's your next door neighbor, you can't get next to the Caucasians that's actually making, you know, the world a bad place, making America a bad place, making your living environment a bad place, putting the shit that's garbage, man. Listen, you put in garbage, you get out garbage. But the people that's controlling the TV, the food, the chemicals, all that stuff, we can't get next to them. But as a black man, who can you get next to? Another black man. And the other black men, the NIGGASs, the niggas, because it's a difference between brothers and sisters and niggas. But the NIGGASs, that's your immediate threat. The nigga with dreadlocks, and it's not all guys, but most young dudes. I say if he's under 30 years old, really, if he's like 27 and under, he's a threat. He's wearing dreadlocks. He's a threat. He is a threat. Stay the fuck away from him. And check this out. They said another victim was shot by the same dude. I think his name was Reggie, the suspect. Shot a man. And look, he kept scamming people for that same ugly ass 1977 Cutlass. Bro, listen, I'm not a fan of muscle cars. I'm not a fan of old school cars unless it's foreign. I grew up, in New York City. Everybody drives foreigns. Even the old school cars, okay, they foreigns, Saabs. You know what I'm saying? Dudes got Subarus. Dudes are driving around on gold Daytons, man. BBSs and stuff, man. Come on. Guys are not worried about Chevys, Mustangs, and Chargers. You know what I'm saying? That's the down south thing, bro. But again, look at this man. Robbing people, shooting people. Get a fucking job, man. I'm telling you, black men hate 9 to 5, but they love crime. They love entertainment. And I just don't understand, why is it, as a black man, do we have to fit every stereotype placed upon us? What's the point? What do you get out of that? Fitting all these stereotypes for what? And again, this is what I'm saying, when it comes to my people, I would love to help my people, but my people don't want the help. They want to do their own thing. They feel like, if he got what I want, I'm going to take it. And look at this picture, man. Picture to the right is his mugshot. The picture to the left is the man in the moment. Probably before he put the mask on and up the pole on him, man. Come on, bro. You going to up the blicky on dude because you want his money? You want his vehicle too? See, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. One thing about people, and they say you can't judge a book by its cover. I'm telling you, that's a fucking lie. If you listen, you better judge a book by its cover. Judging a book by its cover will save your life. And if you miss out on the opportunity because you made a bad judgment, so the fuck what? So the fuck what? You have to judge a book by its cover, man. Look at that man's face on the left. His face on the left tells me everything I need to know. One thing about black people, because, man, I have experience with my people, man. I done been fucked over by my people so many times. Listen, I understand, white men, the Caucasian man, the non-recessive, the non-black, whatever you want to call these guys. Listen, they've been robbing indigenous people, black people, whatever you want to call us, since the beginning of time. They rob us the legit way, through paperwork. Nobody reads the fine print. Most people can't even afford a lawyer to read the fine print for them. They use the words that you can't even understand. Put them in orders you can't even understand. You feel me? So they rob us through paperwork by making you sign your name on that dotted line for life. But when it comes to blacks, he gonna put a pistol to your face and say, "Give it to me." You feel me? Pause. No, come on, bro. And see, one thing about NIGGAS is right, or however you want to spell it, NIGGERS, ninjas, whatever you want to call them. They always have that face, bro. I'm telling you, it's bringing back memories. I ain't even gonna lie to you, dude, because I've had some bad experiences with my own people. When black people have that face right there, that's a face of distress. That is a face of being disgruntled. That is a face of like, yo, bro, rent's coming up and I can't afford it. My shit will be out on the curb in the morning. That's the face of, yo, my kids gotta eat. I don't have a job. I have an F on my report card. That's the face of a nigga who's gonna do it to you every time. They always look distressed. They always look mad. They always look just like they in a rut. I'm telling you, man, it's bringing back so many bad memories, man. Listen, they always make that face, man, right before they do you wrong. They always make that face. Always make that face, man. But I'm telling you, man, will we ever elevate past the stereotypes? Will we ever elevate past the low IQ crimes? And again, all black people are not criminals, but think about it, man. When it comes to the non-blacks, Latino men, Asian men, Caucasian, when it comes to the non-blacks, Asian men, Latino men, Caucasian men, any other ethnic group, when they look at black people, they don't care to, you know, decipher who's a nigga and who's not, who's civilized and who's a degenerate. They don't care. They put all of us in the same bunch. We all in the same box. So it's like, bro, when it comes to our people, come on, man. Anyways, next video, right? Check it out. Check it out. Now, you guys just watched that video. It's crazy, right? It doesn't matter what city it is. If you live in a black city, Detroit, Chicago, Newark, Philly, Baltimore, DC, Atlanta, Houston, anywhere in the South, because 55% of African American people live in the South. So most cities in the South are black cities. But who runs the state? Exactly. Not blacks. You might have a black governor, you might have a black mayor, but I'm telling you, that's not who runs the state. Let's be for real. That's a black face because they want you to trust the black face because black people tend to not think for themselves. I mentioned this before, right? Go back to 2008. 2008, if you ask black people why they voted for Barack Obama, they don't have a reason. It was the fact that he was a black man. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he's half Samoan. He's not even full black. So I'm like, yo, come on, bro. But look. I don't care what black city you live in. If you live in a predominantly black city, man, you know about guys getting active at the gas station. And I told you before, check the videos out, man. It don't matter what channel Action News you watch, what Fox channel news you watch. CNN, they know better not to put this shit on there. They know what time it is, right? But black people, man, these dreadlocks, man, I'm telling you. Listen, I can't tell if that one person doesn't have them or not, but 2 out of 3 individuals in the video have dreadlocks. And what are they doing? Unleashing hell. Unleashing hell at the gas station, man. If I'm not mistaken, 2 people were injured. One person was grazed with a bullet. But look at these guys, man. That one guy has a Draco. 2 other guys have pistols. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. And again, this is the whole, oh, I got ops. I'm like, man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. My people. How can we help my people when my people are influenced by music? How can I help my people when my people are eating pork? How can I help my people when my people, listen, when it comes to receiving knowledge, they turn their nose away from it. They turn their head away from it. They shun knowledge. They shun wisdom. Listen, let me tell you guys something real quick, man. Without knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, my people will forever be lost. If I'm not mistaken, yo, it's even in the Bible. My people will be destroyed from a lack of knowledge. It's crazy, but again, I care enough to make videos like this. I care enough to even say something about it because most blacks, man, when they see stuff like this, man, they turn their head and look away. Most blacks understand you have to move out of black communities. And if you live in a black city, you have to live on the outskirts. See, the way how things are set up right now, right? At one point in time, and this is probably going back to like the 50s, 60s, maybe like 50s, 60s, 70s, around there, most downtowns across the country has been cleaned up. Black people at one point lived downtown. Now, due to inflation and how the economy working now, downtown has been cleaned up in every city to the point where blacks can afford to live downtown. Blacks live on the outskirts. Blacks live in the county. Blacks lives in the boroughs. You feel me? So the further out you go into the counties and into the boroughs, now you're dealing with more black people. The closer you live to downtown, now it's going to be whites. Now you're going to see diversity. Now you're going to see the yellow man. Now you're going to see the Italian man. Now you're going to see the Russian man, the Caucasian man. Now you're going to see, you'll see the more civilized blacks in those areas. But the further you go out into the county, the further you go out to where it's cheap. And this is why I tell people all the time, stop having sex. Stop having babies and you don't have no fucking money. Stop worrying about things being cheap. Yes, I understand inflation is one thing. Economics is one thing, but you won't have to worry about that. You won't have to worry about sending your kids to school with those animals. Joe Biden said this back in, like, I think, the 80s and 90s. He said, my children will not go to school with who? Those animals. Those caged fucking monkeys. Who was he talking about? Black people. And look, these same blacks will take their ass down to the polls and go vote for Biden after he said what he said, after Biden put out laws to incarcerate black people. Come on, man. Come on, man. But anyways, I care too much. This is why I make the videos. I'm going to keep making these videos. And again, I can never run out of content. I make content every day because you know why? In a black city, from up north to down south, listen, it's crime like this every day. Every day. I made a video on my old channel. Listen, it was in Chicago. 3 dudes at the gas station, man, unleashing hell. Unleashing hell on somebody, man. And it's like, yo, over what? In the black community, real talk. In the black community, beef is over one of 3 things: pussy, money, drugs. Maybe on the occasion, some guy was on Instagram talking some shit and he got caught lacking wherever he got caught lacking at. But even the whole talking shit part is derived from what? Money, drugs, or pussy. Unless you just meeting the typical dude, which happens in the community, a black man, he sees another black man doing good and he don't want you to have shit. I've had older black men tell me, listen, man, you got to separate, because the sad reality is, man, if you have just a little bit, and this is why I'm saying, yo, if you live in a black city, man, it's best to not be flashy, man. Again, I'm from a city where, listen, dudes get money, right? But one of the slogans about Brooklyn, I'm not from Brooklyn, I'm from Queens. But a slogan about Brooklyn was, Brooklyn, where your shit get tooken. Brooklyn, that's the bricks, man. That's gritty out there. And everybody knows you don't flash steaks in front of wolves. You feel me? A hungry dog run faster. Because why? They ready to eat. And in a black city, when you have something, niggas ready to eat. You are milk. You are food on a plate, man. Niggas about to pull out their fork and they're not saying bismillah before they eat. Come on, man. You guys gotta wake up. You gotta wake up. And I'm like, yo, bro, you hitting up bystanders, bro. These dudes don't even hitting their targets, man. They hitting bystanders, man. You seen the dude in the white Jeep? I'm surprised he didn't get hit at all. He was sitting right next to them and they unleashing hell. Unleashing hell next to these dudes, man. Come on, son. Anyways, all we can do is pray for our people. Anyways, I'm out. Peace, blessings.